Hi guys, it's Joanna here from Slap. Today I'm going to be doing a video on some of my favourite foundations of all time. If you haven't subscribed already guys, please subscribe. We would love to have you in the Slap family. And without further ado guys, here is the video. Today I'm going to be doing a video on some of my favourite and the best foundations for all skin tones. I've got 6 foundations for you today. First I'm going to start with the 2 affordable options. So my absolute favourite drugstore complexion product is from NYX Cosmetics. This is the Bear With Me Tinted Skin Veil. So this is in the shade Deep Sable. It's such a good product and it does have a decent shade range. One of my other favourite drugstore foundations is the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. I really like the fact that you can just get this from your local pharmacy, your local Boots. When I was younger, I never used to be able to go to like a Boots and find my shade, so I really love the fact that things are changing. I'm just going to start with the NYX Bear With Me Tinted Skin Veil. On the other side, I'm going to put the Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the shade 350. I really like this, very affordable. This one is a lot more of a skin veil. It's a lot more of a tinted moisturizer. It's just a little skin tint. It doesn't give you huge coverage, but it is really nice, especially in summer. This is definitely more of a foundation and definitely has better coverage. Also has a bit more luminosity as well. Next up are 2 of my favourite foundations. First is the Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation in the shade MD26. I really love how lightweight this is and how buildable it is, but how the finish is very natural but not overly glowy. So I think it's a really nice foundation. The other foundation that I really like is the Dior Face and Body Foundation. This is a really good foundation and it has a really good shade range. This is in the shade 6W, which is my tan shade, and I also have it in 5W, which is my normal shade. So I'll show you both on my hand. First I'm going to start with the Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation in the shade MD26. On the other side, I'm going to use the Dior Backstage Face and Body Foundation, and like I said, I've got this in 2 shades. So for my last 2, I'm going to show you the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate Foundation, one of my absolute favourites of this year. On the other side, I've got the 10 Miracle from Lancome in the shade 11 Muscard. Apparently it now comes with a black lid and the formula isn't the same. It is my favourite foundation of all time. Last but not least is the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate Foundation. I have done a video on this, a dedicated video, so I will link it down below. It's one of my favourite foundations ever. I do find that the shade is a bit more grey than it looked when I first bought it, but I think maybe that's just because I'm a bit more tan. This is in the shade Chestnut. So those are my 6 foundations. I've got a few honourable mentions to make. First up is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I'm very new to this crew and I'm really enjoying this foundation. It's very lightweight, very glowy. I really like it. I don't necessarily think it's any better than my Pat McGrath and my Dior, which is why they kind of trumped it. But I do really like this foundation and I do like it a lot. Decent shade range, not as good as Pat. Second up, which I probably would have put it in the video if I had any left, but because I haven't been able to use this for so long, I haven't used it for so long. But this is really one of my favorite foundations, especially if you just want to be on the go, you want to be really quick, you just want to get out of the house. This is the Bobbi Brown foundation stick. I have this in the shade 6.75 Golden Almond. It is one of my favorite foundations. The only thing about this is I personally run out of this very quickly, and I think it's like £34 a pop, and there was a moment in time when I was literally going through these like every few months, and it just seemed a bit expensive and over the top, which is why I haven't repurchased this, but I do really like the coverage this gives. Last but not least is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Foundation. I have this in the shade 14 Warm. This is a really good foundation, and it has a really decent shade range as well. One of the reasons I like this is that it just gives me really long lasting coverage. Like, I put it on and I can just go out, have a day, have a night out, and I'll still come back looking pretty much the same as when I left. It's a really reliable foundation. It is quite full coverage, and it can look dry if your skin isn't prepped or your skin's a bit thirsty and a bit dry. So that's the only reason it's not in the top 6, but I do really like this. So if you like matte foundations and you like looking like airbrushed and flawless and perfect looking, then this is your foundation. That's pretty much it, guys. I hope you like this video. If you haven't subscribed already, guys, please subscribe. We would love to have you in the Slap family. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.